This week on Pitt Beyond the Script.
So it's a lot will be up to what are their aspirations and ambitions after experience success.
I think these young players, going through 2020, which was challenging enough, are looking forward to 2021 to seize the opportunity and not let this happen to them.
And when I see our guys out here every day, laying it on the line, trying to get better, I'm proud of them.
All this and more on this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.
It starts as a game, a gathering of friends. And slowly, as some begin to sit back, others stand out. The joy of playing turns to passion. And as the skills develop, so do the minds. And they begin to seek challenges, peers, and mentors to further their abilities and opportunities. The love and passion becomes a thirst for people in a place
we're going to show everybody else in the country who we are.
That will embrace and push a hunger for excellence.
Clinch the ACC.
And to be in and among champions. These are the dreamers, scholars, leaders. These are the guides, teachers, mentors. And this is the opportunity, the challenge, the place. This is Pitt Beyond the Script.
Here comes Dexter again up top. It's a 2-on-1 for Pittsburgh. Dexter fires and scores again. Big run in the box. Valentin Noel heading it into the back of the net. An absolute beauty.
Welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script here. Kevin Wheeler inside Pitt Studios with head men's soccer coach Jay Vidovich. Jay, long season. It's now over. Congrats on an appearance in the ACC Championship game.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a crazy year, and if you look at it, I mean, a 7-1 record. You're ranked #1 for 5 weeks in the middle there, and I know you have your thoughts about the rankings for the fall season, but what does this season mean for you in the bigger picture?
Oh, there's a lot of things, Kevin. Starting from what does it mean? One is let's go to the end. It was we found our improvement. We got into the championship game, so we found that. We found a way to operate during COVID times. Dealing with COVID normally, then deal with COVID going into the tournament, to have the amount of time off there. The fact that our guys, out of our 10 matches that we played this fall, 8 of them were on the road. That our guys were able to deal with that, our leadership, our sports medicine, our coaching staff, our players, everybody was able to deal with that and put out a pretty good quality, as we played. Obviously it suffered a bit during the ACC tournament, but just a lot to, the progress of the team and just dealing with those situations. I was very proud of the guys and the whole staff and leadership, everybody around.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's talk about the ACC tournament in general. I know the shutdown happens, you get into the tournament, you still find a way to get to the championship game, and you run into Clemson, a team that you hadn't seen so far this year. What did you take out of that game? What was the difference in that particular game against Clemson?
We didn't have anything left in our tank, physically, emotionally. I mean, we left on Friday. On Wednesday night, we made the call as leadership and staff, and talked to the players that we were going to go for it. That we didn't have to call the ACC and say that we can't field the team. And then we just, even though we didn't have as many shots or many entries into the final third, we had several. I think we left like half chances on the table where you would hope in a normal life that Dexter or Bertan or Val would have been there, or Velko would have been in the space, because we got the ball in some very dangerous spots, but we didn't finish. It exposed us enough that there's a lot of lessons to improve on for the spring.
But I think the bigger theme for me was the adversity that you guys had to face. Whether it be COVID at the beginning of the year, getting the season off the ground, losing players mid-season, having the shutdown, and still getting to an ACC championship game. When you look back at all of that stuff, all the adversity you had to get through, what does that mean for these players? How proud are you of them?
I'm tremendously proud, and first off, we have to give really the whole ACC and every program kudos for what they performed, and like you said, very challenging year. For our guys, like you said, it was, are we going to have a season? You know, is this going to happen? What are our games? You know, to then the COVID breaking down, they just kept coming. They kept the belief. They stayed with the commitment that, you know, we've asked of them, and you know, they kept their buy-in to what we wanted to do collectively, and yeah, I couldn't be happier and more thankful for, you know, for the guys and what they did.
They play into the path of Dexter. All the way through, and Noel's got another.
So the talent level from top to bottom on this team, where can it go from here? Because there's a lot of new pieces that you're still moving around.
Yeah, like you said, you know, I was really excited about the fact that we could draw blood at any time. We could strike a goal, and it made us dangerous that way. It was like you close your eyes for a second, and we could be in the back of the net. We were very explosive and dynamic that way. So that really helped us in a lot of different ways. So we can make something out of nothing. The future, you know, there's right now we're in a different dynamic. We're halfway through the season. We've got another 9 games to play in the spring. Hopefully, in a very reduced field, a chance at, you know, the NCAA tournament. Once again, they're only taking 12 at-large teams. So it's a lot will be up to what are their aspirations and ambitions after experienced success. Are they ready to lift the level? You know, one of the things I tell the guys all the time is like it's a lot easier to climb a tree than it is to stay at the top when the wind starts blowing. So I'm pretty sure the wind will start blowing this spring.
So as you look forward to that, what are you looking forward to the most? I mean, what do you want to see come spring?
I just want to see a renewed ambition, a bigger hunger after tasting, you know, a championship game. That success hasn't harmed us in any way. That it's something that we want to push and go further.
All right, Jay, send us off.
There's more to come on Pitt Beyond the Script.
Yes. Perfect.
Near post and a goal. Too easy. Pitt goes in front 2-0. It's the French Connection.
We gotta be smart. We have to have poise. What? 1, 2, 3, what? That's what we gotta do. Play Pitt football. Somebody got me.
Pressure coming. He will put it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Pennock gets the pick.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside Pat Bostic. I'm Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Pat, before we look forward to Georgia Tech and kind of look at some of the things that went well for the Panthers and a look ahead to next season, let's look back at the Clemson game. You know, I thought for the last 3 quarters they played one of the most talented teams in the country pretty well. Just the 3 interceptions, Clemson capitalizes by turning those into touchdowns and really put the Panthers behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, you don't need to give them anything. They don't need any help to win games, and they were ready to go. There was no rust, and they just proved how good they can be. And if you make it easy on them, they're going to make it hard on you.
Panthers would love to have a winning season, at least a winning regular season, taking on Georgia Tech, a 3-5 team on Thursday night. Second-year coach who's trying to install his culture, did a great job at Temple. He's got a freshman quarterback. So this is a young team without, I think, much to lose and is going to come in and looking to upset the Panthers.
To the end zone, and it's a touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting game. I think you have a lot of young guys on both sides of the ball. You know, you see a lot of young guys coming of age for the Panthers. You see a lot of young guys forced into duty for Georgia Tech that are, you know, playing at a higher level later in the year than they did early in the year. And it's also going to be, you know, I think these seniors, you know, this is their last go. They'll have a little bit of a break, get a little bit fresh before playing this game, and I think they want to go out the right way. So there's a lot of things competing in this game in terms of emotion, and both teams want to put a win on their resume to end the year, and I think the Panthers certainly want to do that for their seniors.
That fresh back is Knight. King fakes it to him, and he gets dumped immediately.
You know, you talk about the senior class, and whether it's Kenny Pickett or whether it's DeMar Hamlin, Patrick Jones, some guys that had great years, Kessman, the record-setting kicker. I mean, could name all the seniors, obviously. You and I were talking before we started this show that they've helped really build a great culture here for the Panthers. Guys like playing here, and they're going to leave their stamp, at least in that regard. And certainly, obviously, some of them are going to be playing in the NFL.
I think several of them are going to be playing on Sundays, which makes this year, kind of hard to stomach in terms of the results. But you see the potential, you see what they have, and I think these are guys that this program has developed. For whatever reason, obviously, this year wasn't the year they wanted. But they have a chance to end it the right way, put their stamp on the program, and then go out and do the things they always do. There's so many Pitt guys in the NFL making things happen, and they're going to add to that list and leave their legacy behind for this. Again, with the young players we talked about, they look up to these guys, and they're going to pass the torch. And I couldn't, think of a better group that passes the torch to this young group and this group of senior class in 2020.
Second in the full 10. Pickett going to take the shot. Addison wide open. Busted coverage for the Wolfpack in the secondary, and 75 yards later, Jordan Addison's in the end zone.
Let's talk about some of the young guys. Let's begin with Jordan Addison. I mean, look, you have a really nice receiving core, Jacques Louis, Wayne, Barden, guys that are coming back, but Addison clearly, I mean, what an incredible freshman season.
Yeah, I mean, capped by that catch, in the end zone at the end of the first half against Clemson. I mean, he's a terrific player. They move him around. I think it's impressive as his physical attributes are. I think certainly his ability to get this offense. I mean, he became Maurice French this year. He moved around. They had lined him in the backfield. They moved him on both sides of the formation, motions all the time. He became the #1 read on virtually every significant pass. So this is a guy that's going to be a terrific player, has NFL capabilities. It's going to be interesting to watch him evolve. Can put a little bit of weight on. He's a little bit slender, and because I think he's a guy that can be dynamic after the catch. You watch Amari Rodgers for Clemson. I think that's a guy that Jordan Addison can be.
Well, they've got a great group around him. Again, another young group that's very good. I know you feel pretty good about the offensive line. Meanwhile, the defensive line, a lot of people question, hey, no Jalen Twyman, sitting out this season. What's that D-line going to look like? Even though they're losing Patrick Jones, I think we're seeing that there's a lot of talent still left on that Pitt defensive front.
First down, Herbert. Reverse ball on the ground, and Pitt's going to recover the fumble.
Yeah, I mean, I think the world of Charlie Partridge, and not just because he was coaching here when I arrived as a freshman. I think he's one of the best defensive line coaches in the country, if not the best. Proof is Patrick Jones and Rashad Weaver. These guys are, first, second-round picks, whatever they're going to be. They're the next D linemen that are going to, leave their mark in the NFL, and then it's the next man up. So there's some young guys on this defensive line. Kalijah Cansey inside. Devin Danielson's played solid. It's deep. There's a treasure trove of young guys that are going to step up on this D-line. Pitt, leading the ACC in sacks, 4th in the country. Nothing's going to change moving forward.
Cuse is going to run a play. Here comes Rashad Weaver in for the sack.
We've just mentioned a few of the guys coming back, guys that maybe fans are aware of, and maybe some that they aren't. As you talk about some of the depth behind some of the guys that we saw playing, for instance, on the defensive line. I guess as we underline here, the cupboard's not bare, even though there's going to be some disappointment about the way the season went for the Panthers, a couple one-point losses, some injuries, some other things that happened. It's not like this can't continue to move upward here for this Panthers program.
Cunningham wants to throw. Here comes some trouble, and Malik Cunningham will not get away.
Yeah, I think they've recruited really well, and that's continuing to go well. So they've got talent. They've got plenty of talent to win the Coastal and compete for the ACC championship. Certainly, playing Clemson's a barometer, it's a measuring stick game, and if you don't play well, the gap seems larger than maybe it actually is. It's certainly there. I mean, Clemson's very good. They're the elite in the ACC. I think the record proves that. But Panthers have plenty of talent, and they're going to learn from this year. These young guys, they tasted it. They knew the expectations going in. They knew they were behind these teams, and what you realize is that you don't win on paper. You don't win with talent. You don't win with stars. You don't win with what stats from the previous season. You win with going out there and executing in that time. And I think these young players, going through 2020, which was challenging enough, are looking forward to 2021 to seize the opportunity and not let this happen to them. And you know what? That's what you want as a young player, to learn lessons, learn from the good things, and learn from the bad things as well.
I'm looking forward to the season as well. As always, enjoyed the year this year, Pat. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, stick around to sit down with Jordan Addison coming up next when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script.
1, 2, 3, 5-0 Pittsburgh.
Hey Panther fans, looking for some great recipes for this holiday season? Check out Panther Plates by Pitt Greats. A cookbook filled with some of your favorite coaches with their favorite meals. It will sure brighten up your holiday. Go online and order one today.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a more quiet guy. I just like to go out there, make a play first, then talk. I don't want to talk first, so I just like to go out there and just make plays.
Kenny Pickett to Jordan Addison.
An absolute difference maker.
A great post pattern run by Jordan Addison.
This kid is going to be a star in this league. That's as good a catch as you'll see.
My first touchdown in the Syracuse game, double move, I think it was like an out and up. I remember they were in zone that play, and then Kenny threw that ball, and then I just made a play on it. One of my biggest highlight moments is the Louisville game, you know, the catch on the sideline when everyone thought it was intercepted and I kind of like pulled it in with one hand. I feel like I like that play a lot.
Being chased, in trouble, throws the pass down the field, and it is incomplete.
No, he caught it.
They call a completion. They call a completion right in front of the Louisville bench.
What a catch by Jordan Addison.
The recruiting process, at first, I was enjoying everything. I like going everywhere, visiting everywhere, and then it started getting stressful. My primary recruiter was Coach Beatty. He was the first one to notice me. And then ever since then, we just got closer and closer. Once he came here and he reached out to me, I realized that he really has faith in me. Me learning the most from him was like being on time to everything, you know, like pushing my chair in when I'm leaving. So it's like little things like that. Those little discipline things, I feel like that transfers out onto the field when we get out there. To start off spring ball, I was just like, getting used to everything. So with it ending, it was like kind of heartbreaking because like I just got started and now I got to go back home because of COVID. Playing football in COVID, it's a little different, but I just try to attack it with the same mindset and just keep everything as normal as I could. Yeah, I feel like I got to take another step and just start leading in my receiver group. Making a little bit of the plays I made, I feel like I'm on a platform where I can help out others.
How good has this guy been this year? His feel, his physical talents. Jordan Addison has been incredible for this Pitt team.
With the academic support that we have here, I go down there every day to take advantage of the tutors so they can help me out with everything. School's going pretty smooth. It's kind of hard getting used to everything online, and I feel like that's a little challenging. But we got help like tutors that just smooths everything out.
So now you gotta play on top. You can't play underneath like they do in one-on-one.
What I concentrate on is like listening, taking from what we learn in the classroom and then bringing it out onto the field. I feel like what can make me better is coming out every day and being more consistent, catching more passes, doing the thing every day. Oh yeah, like those pictures over there, like just seeing Larry Fitzgerald up there, and I feel like I follow in his footsteps and be great just as he was. So coming in, I like looking at the awards, the Belinikoff Awards, and I just hope I can get up there one day.
Pickett toward the end zone, and is it caught? Yes! Wow. Jordan Addison.
Watch the footwork by Addison. Unbelievable concentration and then keeping the feet in.
That was an unbelievable catch.
Hi, I'm Jordan Addison, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
We gotta be smart. We have to have poise. What? 1, 2, 3, what?
Hey Panther fans, looking for some great recipes for this holiday season? Check out Panther Plates by Pitt Greats. A cookbook filled with some of your favorite coaches with their favorite meals. It will sure brighten up your holiday. Go online and order one today.
Look at the long-range pass to Tony, acrobatic finish.
This team is going to be a very high-paced team. We're definitely going to get back and forth. So we're not going to really share too much on it, but once you guys start watching us on the ACC network, and hopefully we get some fans in the game, you guys are going to see what we do.
Steps into a three, long range, cans it again.
Every game is like a championship. It's just you got to bring it all every night. You could lose multiple games, you can win multiple games, but every night you're going to get your best play against whoever you're playing against.
Everybody's on the same page. Everybody wants to win. Nobody's putting their own goals, like player of the year and stuff like that, freshman of the year. None of that is in between. The main goal is winning, and that's what we're all here to do, and that's what we all want to do.
Oh, look at that razzle-dazzle from Xavier Johnson around the back and good.
When you come here, it's tough. The city, all that is tough. There's no slacking, no days off. You gotta just be ready to work. That's something. If you got that mindset of working, then you come here and you fight for what you want.
We have something to prove as a team, as a program, and individually.
I like everything about Coach Cable. Down-to-earth guy. He'll tell you the truth. He won't ever lie to you, honestly. What I like about him is how he handles adversity. It's easy for a coach to put his head down when we're losing, on a losing streak, and just quit. He never did that. He always been resilient and came back and tried to get better every day, always.
You should be a little bit tired. Now we got to catch our win right now. And we got to be ready to defend and rebound, all right, and then execute offensively.
The environment, like coaching staff, is like a bond. It was just like a father figure, like a brotherhood, and I just felt like this was home.
Right on cue, two-hand slam for Jeff.
I don't think there's really a single statement to embody this entire conference, especially with the history that it has. But it's rough, it's tough. You got to be well prepared. You got to be committed to play every night. You got to show up for your team and just, it's the top level. This is the step right before you get to the league almost, I
don't want to get too much information out, but we're going to be a fast team. Everybody can bring up the ball. I expect everybody to dribble, everybody to score, to play as a team, and win.
Hi, my name is Ardis Tony. I'm a guard.
This is Xavier Johnson, point guard.
My name is Ithiel Horton. I'm a shooting guard, and you're watching Pitt Beyond the Script.
Field goal coming from Tony.
Oh, look at that razzle-dazzle from Xavier Johnson around the back and good.
He's in his bag today.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head men's basketball coach Jeff Capel. I'm Casey Guerra, Pitt Studios. Jeff, thank you for joining me. It's been a crazy offseason. You go straight into 2 games, non-conference, 1-1 on the season. How difficult has it been for your team to start late November amongst a pandemic?
It's been very difficult. I don't think people talk nearly as much about the mental health of these young people and everything that they're going through. You've had a lot of stuff with social justice, the pandemic, what the pandemic is doing to their families back home. At the same time, they're trying to get better at basketball. They're trying to concentrate on academics in a way that is unlike anything they've ever really done, as far as it being all online. I'll tell you, I'm proud of our guys. I know we're not anywhere where we need to be as a team right now, as far as ready to really win at the level that we need to be at. We're getting closer, we're continuing to work, but I'm proud of how they've handled everything, because it's very, very difficult. It's just such a different time right now. And everyone, I think, has had a difficult time adjusting to it, to be completely honest, the coaches included.
You mentioned that energy level. I mean, from a coaching standpoint, I think it's hard. From a staff standpoint, I think it's hard for us. And then you expect these guys to go out and have high energy. I think it's an adjustment period for them.
It is, and it's new. I think that's the biggest thing, like it's new. You know, we have a lot of new guys on our team. So the first time they stepped out on this court with a little bit of fans here, but TV or whatever, was for the first game. And so we had guys that were incredibly nervous. And then we got punched in the mouth early, and then we panicked, and we couldn't get out of it. We didn't have anything to help us get out of it, including the coach. We couldn't do anything to get us out of it. And so it's an adjustment period for all of us. I thought we were a lot better in the second half, but I think there was a little bit more of a comfort level because we had been through the weirdness. We had gotten through the weirdness, and I thought the last 60 minutes, the second half of St. Francis, and then both halves against Drexel, I thought we were a lot better.
Right on cue, two-hand slam for Jeffress.
You mentioned the energy level. How do you work on that with everything that's going on? I mean, you might not have an answer to that right now, but they did come out in Drexel with more energy, and your returners like Tony, Champagny, and Johnson played a lot better.
Yeah, we were a lot better. I thought a big reason was that Xavier was in the game. He didn't pick up 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes like he did in the first game. That's a big thing for us, having our main guys on the court, because after those guys, everyone else, with the exception of Terrell Brown, they hadn't played a lot. And so it's new to them, and it's an adjustment to them. So I certainly thought in the second half, I thought our guys really responded to adversity right out the gate from the first game. We came back Friday, we got after it again, and I thought that showed on Saturday. Now, can we be better? Yeah, we were up 16, and we had a chance to, put our foot on them, and we didn't do it. We let them back in the game. That's where the conditioning, the game shape comes into play. Again, when you have exhibitions and scrimmages, that certainly helps with that. When we got to that game against St. Francis, that's the first time as a coach we had dealt with rotations. It's the first time we had our guys together, and so you're doing that right away live where they matter. And so I just thought we panicked in the first game. I thought everyone panicked, and I thought we were a lot better in the second one.
Lastly, before I let you go, what is kind of the team mentality this year? Do you have one? Or is it just, you have to adjust day by day? What is it?
That's a great question. And it's something I talked to our guys about after the Drexel game. When we got back together the next day, like, what do we want to do here? And so that's something that we're trying to figure out, because the thing, we are not dealing with professional athletes. We're not dealing with adults. College years are your most formative years. And when I see our guys out here every day, laying it on the line, trying to get better, working their butt off, going to the weight room, keeping up with their stuff academically, trying to manage that with all the other things that are going on, and a college experience unlike anyone in the history of the world, I'm proud of them.
Well, we all are. And we really appreciate the time. We're thankful to be on this court right now with you today and getting to speak with you. I'm thankful to be in a bubble as well, so I can talk to you for less than 15 minutes,
yes.
though.
Thank you.
Coach, thanks so much, and good luck on Saturday. We'll be watching. We're excited for yet another game day and grateful for that. And thank you for watching this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.